Hello everyone, welcome once again to the beginner to advanced Excel tutorial by Scope. In the previous part we discussed about text functions for advanced scenarios in Excel. Here we are understanding date functions for some advanced scenarios in Excel. So obviously in the previous example we read all of this. Now here are some date functions. Obviously it is written advanced date function, but these are the functions that you will use most of the times while working with Excel. So the functions are today and now. The purpose is to return the current date or date time. So if you will use the function equal to today, okay, let's create another Excel file so that we'll save it. So if you will just write today, you will get whatever date is today. Okay, this is the simplest way to create this. When you will write now, you will get both date and time. Okay, here you can see the current date and time as per your computer's configuration. Now example, if today's date is obviously this is what we have seen. Okay, so scenario is to use this for dashboards that display live date and time or calculate deadlines. Okay, there you can use this. Then we have the date difference function. The date difference, as the name suggests, Datedif calculates the difference between two dates in days, months, or year. So in Datedif, you have to use the start date and the end date and the unit. Okay. So let's see another example. So to explain date difference, let's see an example here. So we have put some start dates and end dates here. 1 Jan 20 and 1 Jan 23. Here we know that date difference is 3. So the formula that we have used here, A2 comma B2 comma Y. Okay, so what we are doing here, we are just finding out the value of Y. So this is 1 Jan 20 and this is 1 Jan 23. So the year difference between them is 3 years, because the date is same, month is same, only year. So the last value, that is the last parameter or argument that you will provide here, like Y, this will actually be your output. Similarly, 1 Jan 20, 1 Jan 20 here, if you will write M, so we will get the value of months. Here, if you will write days, you will get the value of 1096. Here, if you will get the value of you know MD, okay, that is days ignoring months. Okay, so you will obviously get 0 here. So we were getting 0 because of an issue that we were using wrong dates. So if you will write A5 comma B5, that is days ignoring months. Okay, so this is 15 January 20, this is 10 March 23. Okay, so basically when you write MD here, okay, so in the formula when you write MD, this is remaining days after ignoring months and years. Okay, so what are the remaining days after ignoring months and years, which is 23. Then here in the same case, this is month ignoring years, that is remaining months after ignoring years. Okay, so if we ignore years between January and March, 1 month, and this is days ignoring years, remaining days after ignoring years. Okay, so between them there are 54 days ignoring years. So this is what we can do with date difference. Usually we will use years, months and days most of the times. And then we can also use text for days. The purpose is to format dates as text. Okay, so suppose if a date is given and you want to write it in your own format, if column A contains 15 December 2024, so we can use text A1 MMDDYY. Okay, so let's try it in our case. So we'll simply copy here, and we know that in B2 we have a date. So here we'll write text B2 this, and now you will get the same date in this format. This is a very simple way of formatting a date value. So months, day and year. So this way, yeah. So this way you will be able to write the month name. We have write 4 times M, then 2D. If we write single D, it will be like this. Obviously date can be double digit also. So that's why if you will write 2Ds, it will show like this. Okay, and obviously after comma add a space a year. So this is what you can do. So this is used to create reports with custom date format. Similarly, we can use Workday and Networkdays. Workday returns the date after adding a specific number of work days, that is excluding weekends and holidays. So you can write work day, start date and days, and here you can write holidays. This is optional. Okay. So if you will write this to calculate a project deadline starting from 15 December 2024 and lasting 10 work days. So let's say in whatever value is written in a cell, work day. So what is the deadline? So what if we will write, for example, if this is our starting time, what will be the deadline? So when we will write work day, so obviously here you have to provide proper value. We will provide B2, okay, which is 1 January 2023. So it will give output as this. These are the work days. Okay. So you will get an output like this. The simple example is, if your output is not formatted as a date, you will get it in serial format. So select this, and what if we say long date? So 13 January 2023. So what we are doing here is we are starting with 1 January 2023 and we are adding 10 work days. Obviously it, it will ignore holidays and all. So it will give you the latest date. Similarly, if you write 15 December 24 and you write workday A1 comma 10, then again you will get the serial number format, and here you can, let's say, short date. So if you will add 10 working days, so excluding the holidays and everything, it will give us the deadline date. So this is how you can format date. And similarly, you can use network days. So network days return the number of work days between two dates. Okay. Here we were writing start dates and number of days to get, and optionally holidays. Okay. It returns the number of work days between two days. For example, if A1 is 15 December and B1 is 31 December. So let's write in B1 31 December. Okay. So in B1 we will write this. So in A1, in B1 we have written, and if you will calculate network days, so it will give you 12. Okay. So this is the net work days, that is the number of working days. Okay. You can use these to calculate project deadlines or total work days for payroll. Similarly, we have EDate and Eomonth. EDate adds or subtracts month from a date. For example, let's say a start date is given, okay, and we have to calculate a due date 3 months from this particular date. So what we will do, we will write the start date and number of months. So E date A1 comma 3. Okay, this will give us 15 March 2025, because 3 months after 15 December 2024 will be 15 March 2025. Similarly, we have EO month. This returns the last day of the month for a given date. That is end date of the month. Okay. So EO month and start date and month. So for the end of the month, 2 months after 15 December 2024 in A1. So if we will write EO month A1 comma 2, it will result in 29 February. So we started from A1. After 2 months, there will be January, then February. In February, what will be the last month? Okay. So that is EO month. Return the last day of the month for a given date. We can use these for managing subscription periods, due dates, or month end reports.